test, and then pre-test na written test, at the same time pre-test na tawag nito, ni hands-on. Okay? But that hands-on, you don't have to worry, hindi mo siya tatapusin ngayon actually. You will be given after, you will be given up to tomorrow, till tomorrow, 1 p.m. So, ano tayo? Kung ano lang yung magagawa nyo, yun lang naman, hindi naman natin pipilitin kasi prior knowledge pa lang naman. Okay? So, yun. And pag-iisipan siguro natin kung ibibigay ba natin. Kakayanin niya ba kung magbibigay tayo ng hands-on ngayon?
Depende, ma'am. Depende.
Depende. So, but then I will, try to give it to you. Then, try nyo lang gawin if kaya. Kung anong makaya, yun yung isasend nyo sa akin. Para at least malalaman ko kung may prior knowledge ba talaga kayo. Or, matibay ba yung knowledge, yung foundation ninyo about this programming language, in case lang. Okay? So, ganun naman talaga, meron always pre-test. And then, di ba, we have also the post-test after, meaning tapos na, i-deliver na sa inyo. But for the meantime, we will have your, the orientation about the qualification. So, wait for a while lang muna ha. I will share my screen. Saan na to? Ba't nawala? Okay. Can you see my shared screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. If you have a question, you may, you have a raise hand button in your application. Meron ba?
Na, ma'am.
Okay, so if you have a question, you can raise your hand, or if not, since I cannot see the I cannot see the, what we call that, the MS Teams application, since I have the presentation here. Just call my attention, just turn on your audio. Ha? Okay na, Genreal? Okay na yung testing for the raise hand, Genreal?
Ganahan sa mag-recite, ma'am.
Ganahan siya. Sige, paistoryahan natin si Genreal.
Ay, ma'am?
Yes. Do you have a question since you're raising your hand?
Ay, wala, ma'am. Wala, ma'am.
Okay.
Lang, ma'am.
Sige, you may now, unraise your hand. Thank you for that. So, yeah. Makikita nyo na yung shared screen ko, no? Give me a thumbs up, please. Hello? Nag-thumbs up na ba kayo?
Ma'am?
Nag-thumbs up na kayo? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my shared screen. Thumbs up, not raise hand.
Wala man diri, ma'am.
Wala?
Wala, ma'am.
Bakit ganun? Sige lang. Sige, sagutin nyo na lang ako, audio na lang tayo, no? Sige. Medyo mahirap kasi hindi kayo belong sa organization, no? Sige, anyway. Okay. So, yun. Okay, so our qualification that you need to learn. Okay, so the title of it is the Programming Java NC3. Again, I just want to correct yung orientation last time. It was given NC4, but then naano po kasi siya na downgrade from an NC4 to NC3. And basically, when we talked about test the qualification, we don't have it yet. So ang ginagawa ng TESDA is nagkakaroon tayo ng partnership with the Oracle. But then the problem in Oracle examination is that it is really expensive, costly in a way. Okay, so again, I am your trainer, Julie B. Osenar. So for the agenda for this afternoon, we will talk about a little about me. Okay, for trainer's profile, then a qualification, that you are enrolled to, then the competencies, online etiquette, and then materials to use, and you can raise your question afterwards. Okay. So for trainers profile, so you can call me um, Ma'am Julie or Ma'am Jules or Ma'am Julie. It's up to you. Okay, so I graduated my associate or diploma um, degree and a bachelor's degree here in STA College, General Santos Incorporated as cum laude. And then after that, um, I graduated my Master in Information Technology in Notre Dame of Marvel University, and I am a licensed teacher and 10 years in teaching now and 4 years in industry. Okay, so medyo pag idagdag niyo yung mga years, malalaman niyo yung ano no, yung aking edad anyway. But anyway, bakit ako bakit siya um medyo mahaba-haba yung 4 years industry? Because I am a working student. Um, yeah, when I get my associate, um, associate in computer technology, I am a working student sa STI then. So I was assigned doon sa library. And then after that, when I graduated my my associate naman, yeah, since I graduated with the honors, they apply yung E2E namin, enrollment to employment. So nagkaroon agad ako ng work nung after nung 2 years ko sa one of the biggest company here in Jansan, tuna company. So naging MIS clerk naman ako doon while taking my bachelor's degree, yung Bachelor of Science in Computer Science naman. So kaya yun 4 years, and then after I graduated my bachelor's degree naman, diretso balik ako kay STI for like this teaching. Okay, so yun. And then bakit ko na siya nakuha na lahat eto na in my age is because walang pahinga actually. Parang after a bachelor's degree, nagpahinga ng 1 semester, then agad, nag masters agad, and after the masters, another 1 sem rest ulit, and then kuha naman for uniting natin para makatake ng license or examination for teachers naman. Then dun after sa teaching, I mean after nung nakuha yung license for professional teacher, more on nag-focus ako ngayon for TESDA qualifications na certification. So na-stop siya, and then hopefully makapag-doctor tayo. Hopefully, and hopefully may malapit dito sa Jansan kasi so far wala pang doctor na doctor's degree na ino-offer here sa Jansan. So actually yung time namin bakit ko siya kinuha sa Marble, yung tawag nito, yung masters, is because only yung Marble yung pinakamalapit sa sa tawag nito, sa Jansan na merong offer na master. So yun yung mahirap sa field natin. Kung sa ICT field talaga kayo, medyo hindi pa hanggang masters pa ang support ni Jansan. Wala pa tayong doctor. So ang pinakamalapit so far is Davao. So yun yung mahirap. Kaya hindi kami makapag-enroll kasi medyo mahirap, malayo siya. So yun. So I think enough for me, no? So let us proceed with the qualification. Let us talk about it. Okay, so for your qualification, actually, this test, of course, is delivered in cooperation with Oracle. Okay, Oracle Workforce Development, the WDP program nila. Okay, so Oracle Corporation launched WDP to address the continued global information technology worker shortage and need for accessible and low cost IT skills training. So WDP enables participating educational institution to deliver Oracle training in full-time and part-time programs for students and their local community. So that's what we are doing right now. Okay, so WDP training will prepare students for Oracle certification testing. The only problem in here, medyo costly siya. So it is not just, we're not talking about hundreds here, we're talking about thousands here. So kaya medyo konti lang din ang kumukuha ng exam. But then if you really want to be certified from from this, then yeah, you can, merong site si Oracle for it. Okay, para mag-apply. Okay, so with the widely acclaimed credential of Oracle certification, WDP students are read for a variety of entry-level Oracle job roles as well as career advancement. Now, the Java or the programming Java NC3 qualification consists of competencies that a person must achieve to develop or write program codes using a personal computer or workstation as part of a system development team. So it includes core competencies on programming language in Java, such as development, command line, console, and desktop application, and to develop enterprise web application using Java technology. So at the end of the course, you as a participant should be equipped with sufficient knowledge to take and pass the internationally acknowledged Oracle Java SE Certified Associate and Certified Professional exam. And participant will be awarded with an Oracle Certified Professional Java Programmer. And then this qualification actually is packaged from the competency map of the information and communication technology industry, or the service sector we have. Okay, so again, since there will be two certificate actually, if you will be if you will pass the examination from the Oracle will give you a certification. At the same time, the TESDA organization will also give you a national certificate, which is, if you're given that kind of certificate, you are much have an advantage to the other programmers. Ganun siya. Okay, so the benefits of taking this course. Okay, so we have Oracle's Java Programmer certification is critical to maximizing your potential and progressing your Java career. And then over 30,000 Java developer per year become certified on Java, and then more than 800,000 of this Java developers are using the knowledge, skills, and recognition learned through Java certification to improve their job prospects and earn more money and become more valuable employees. Then with 3 billions, actually with 3 billions devices running Java worldwide, the world's top companies rely on experienced Java programmers to build and maintain this critical application. Then Java is the #1 development platform. 97 of desktops run Java. 97% of desktops runs Java. And then Java is the #1 language for enterprise development. Java programmers are in demand because of the prevalence of Java. There is a continued demand for well-trained, highly skilled Java programmers to create and maintain critical applications. So yeah, then a person who has achieved this qualification can be employed in any or more of the following. Okay, so you can be a Java programmer, Java programming support staff, software developer, application developer, user interface developer, and a lot more. Okay, so this will give you a what we call it, an advantage really. Okay, so for the competencies we have here, the units of competency comprising this qualification include the following. The first one is the basic competencies. Again, if you have a question, just call my attention. Just turn on your audio, okay? For the basic competencies, under this, we should be able to lead workplace communication, lead small teams, develop and practice negotiation skills, solve problems related to work activities. We will just accept Chomar. And then use mathematical concepts and techniques, use relevant technologies. And then for the common competencies, we have apply quality standards, This is based on the given standards, not just here in the Philippines, but worldwide. And then we will perform computer operations. Okay? For the core, which is the very important one, for the for all the three competencies, you should, eto yung dapat talaga natin pagtuunan ng pansin. So actually the two one, the basic, the common, that is throughout even throughout discussing the core competencies, dapat ma-achieve din natin yung dalawa. So, but then, ang ifo-focus natin is the two of this. Okay? Since the two competencies is given already. Okay? Perform object-oriented analysis and design in Java technology, and then create and fine-tune Java technology applications using object-oriented programming concept. So, now let us talk about it one by one. So for the first UZ or unit of competency, which is perform object-oriented analysis and design in Java technology. So ito po yung pag-uusapan. For the first one, which is apply basics of Java language, here you will execute or executable Java applications are created in accordance with the Java framework. And then Java packages are imported to make them accessible in the code. Then working with the Java data types is demonstrated in accordance with the Java framework. Do you have any idea about the data types we have so far? Do you have any idea about data types? Hi? Yes or no? Meron ba? Yes, Richard, do you have a question? Richard Lumanta? Parang
Yes po,
nawala.
ma'am.
May question ka?
Nothing po, ma'am.
Okay, sige.
Ano po yung
Okay.
tanong niyo po, ma'am, about
Data types, yeah.
madami po, ma'am.
So you have an idea about it
Integers.
already? Yeah, very good. That's
Opo.
good. So meaning
Float
pala,
chart.
so meaning
Yes po, ma'am.
talaga meron na kayong idea about the programming since you know about that already. Wala na kayong kawala. Sige, anyway, thank you for that, Richard. Okay, so in continuation, so creating and using arrays is demonstrated in accordance with the Java framework. Using loop constructs is demonstrated in accordance with the Java framework. Then we also have work with methods and encapsulation. Methods with arguments and return values are created in accordance with the Java framework. Static keywords are applied to methods and fields in accordance with Java framework. Overloaded method is created in accordance to tawag na to, Java framework. And then overload access methods and modifiers are applied in accordance with the Java framework. Encapsulation principles are applied to a class in accordance with the Java framework. Next is work with inheritance and handling exceptions. Inheritance is implemented in accordance with the Java framework. Code that demonstrates the use of polymorphism is developed in accordance with JF pa rin. Super and this syntax are used to access objects and constructors, I mean. Then abstract classes and interfaces are used. And then how exceptions alter normal program flow are determined by creating a try-catch block naman. Okay, so examine object-oriented concepts. So terminology we have in here. So, and then important object-oriented concepts are described, and then fundamental OO terminology are defined also. Then explain modeling and software development process. Object-oriented software development, the OOSD process, as explained also. Benefits of modeling software are explained. Purpose, activities, and artifacts of the following OOSD workflow disciplines are explained also. Then for the sixth one, create use case diagram and use case scenarios. So The need for a user or a use case diagram is justified in accordance with Java framework still. And the use case for software system is developed based on the goals of the business owner. The use case diagram is developed based on the goals of all the stakeholders, and use case form is created describing a summary of the scenarios in the main and alternative or alternate flows. Then the next one is transition analysis to design using interaction diagrams. So for the first one here, purpose and elements of the design models are explained. And then essential elements of UML communication diagram are identified in accordance with the Java framework style. Communication diagram view of the design model is created. Then sequence diagram view of the design model is created also. And then the last one is introduce architectural concepts and architecture tiers diagram. So difference between architecture and design is distinguished. Tiers, layers, and systematic qualities are described. And then architecture workflow is described also. Then architecture tiers are defined in accordance with Java framework. And that is for the UC1. Okay, which is under perform object-oriented analysis and design in Java technology. The UC2 we have is to create and fine-tune Java technology and applications using object-oriented programming concepts. So in this unit covers the core application programming interfaces, the API, used to design object-oriented applications with Java. Students will learn how to write database programs with JDBC. Okay, this we have to store our data and at the same time retrieve it and display it. Okay, in accordance to, of course, sa ano natin, business um ano tawag, specification, kumbaga. So this unit also covers performance tuning, methodologies, performance tuning theories, and practical tips on solving difficult performance problems for Java applications. And it also covers how to implement interfaces and handle Java programming exceptions while using object-oriented programming techniques. Okay, so these are the ano naman, the specific or the specification of all the goal of this UC. Okay, the first one is apply the basics of Java class design, and then access modifiers are used in accordance with Java framework, and then instance of operator and casting are used. Then virtual method advocation is used, and then override methods from the object class are used to improve the functionality of class. Then package and import statement are used also. And then after that, we will have your apply Java advanced class design and object-oriented design principles. So proper use of when and how to apply abstract classes is identified. Then abstract Java classes and subclasses are constructed in accordance with Java framework. And then static and final keywords are used in accordance with Java framework. Then top level and nested classes are created in accordance with Java framework. Then enumerated types are used in accordance with Java framework pa din. Write code that declares, implements, and or extends interfaces. And then object-oriented design principles are applied. Then generics and collection principles are used also. Okay? And the next one is apply string processing exceptions and assertions. So in here, you will search, parse, and build strings are used in accordance with Java framework. And then string formatting is used also. Throw and throw statements, we have this also. And then try statement with a multi-catch is used also. And then auto close features with try with resources statement are used also in accordance with Java framework still. Then custom exceptions are created in accordance with Java framework. And variants by using assertions are tested in accordance with Java framework. Then the next one is build database applications with JDBC. Actually, since you have an idea of any other programming language, there's no problem na. Dito lang tayo magkakaroon ng problema konti. Kasi bago sa inyo. Okay, so in here, your layout, the JDBC API is defined in accordance with the Java framework. And then a JDBC driver is used to connect to database in accordance with the Java framework. JDBC row set provider, row set factory, and row set interfaces are used in accordance with the Java framework. And prepared statement and callable statement or callable statement objects are created and used. Then we have also monitor operating system performance. Okay, so this is just part of it. So monitoring CPU usage is demonstrated. Monitoring network input-output is demonstrated. Monitoring input-output also. And then monitoring virtual memory usage is demonstrated also. Monitoring Java Virtual Machine or the JVM. And then garbage collection tuning, okay, is demonstrated also in accordance with the Java framework. And then we have second to the last one, work with language level and concerns in garbage collections. So, garbage collection, this is where you, since nagkakaroon tayo ng deletions, so what will happen to those garbages, yung mga hindi na kailangan ng mga datas natin. So, garbage collection algorithms are created. Then, types of garbage collections, JVM ergonomics, are demonstrated. Garbage collection is tuned in accordance with Java framework still. Correct garbage collector is selected. And then garbage collection output is interpreted. And then we have the last one, which is the work with performance tuning at the language level. Okay, so reference types in Java are demonstrated. The use of finalizers is demonstrated. String efficient Java applications, collections classes are demonstrated also. And then threads, then the input output is efficiently used in accordance with the Java framework. So that is our competencies or the unit of competencies under the two main competencies or core competencies we have. Okay, so yan yung mga ine-expect natin na gagawin for 20 days. Okay, so you have to, you will expect that we have a lot of activities to do. Okay, but as much as possible, kung ano lang yung, we will compress everything and achieve this goal. Okay? So, after this, so ano ba yung ine-expect natin for the person who achieve this qualification? Ito na kanina, yung Java programmer, Java programming support staff, software developer, application developer, user, enterprise developer. Okay? And then here, so for course delivery, so we have online lecture and discussion. So sabi nga natin, this will be a combination of synchronous, asynchronous, and the face-to-face, diba? For the synchronous, yun, yung online lecture and discussion, which are, yung ginagawa natin ngayon. And then we have our written examination through Google Form. And then we have online demonstration in some of our activities. And then we will schedule your face-to-face hands-on exercise and demonstration. Okay? So, wait lang muna tayo for this one kasi pag-uusapan po talaga namin kung paano natin schedule yung face-to-face hands-on exercise and demonstration nyo. But more on, we will have the synchronous talaga, which is online. Okay? Yun. By the way, may I know, sino yung may mga laptop here? Kindly raise your hand for those merong mga laptop. We have Ayop. Sino pa? Aside from Ayop. Isa lang. We have also Saniko. How about the others? Wala na, dalawa lang. So, yeah. Medyo kasi tayo, mahirapan tayo sa part ni database. Maybe that will be the time na magkakaroon na tayo ng face-to-face. Okay? So, but then for the other, programming language, other topics, I mean, subtopics, we can use naman our phone lang for the, for the programming. Okay, so there are, naman, applications that you can use sa mobile application for the hands-on. Okay? So, yeah. Proceed tayo, no? So, for this one, we have to discuss this one, the online etiquette. Okay? So, by the way, as much as possible, when you talk or when you do the recitation or, yeah, the interaction in this class, as much as possible, use Tagalog or English. In that way, makakapag-practice tayo or ma-develop natin yung ating communication skills. So, and that is the basic standard naman in terms of education, diba? So, as much as possible, learn how to use the Tagalog one, or if it is okay with you, use the English one as our medium in communication. Okay, so yun po. Clear ba tayo doon? Tagalog or English or a mix of that? Okay lang?
Yes
Okay.
po, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So clear tayo doon. Okay, so we have to discuss the online etiquette this time. So for us to be guided throughout our session. So first one, check if your systems are working always. So before the time, which is the 1 o'clock, diba? 1 to 5 tayo. Okay, so but if it is not really needed na maging 5, maybe 4 o'clock makapag-end tayo. Depende kung matapos niyo yung activity on time. Okay, so always check if your system are working. So the roll call for that should be at least 10 minutes before the time or 15 minutes before the time. Dapat tinesta ninyo yung mga gadgets ninyo, yung systems ninyo, if uh, they are properly working. Okay? So, yun po yun. And then, so in here, so check your online meeting app, like yung MS Teams ba ninyo gumagana. And then have your mobile data internet ready in case your current connection weekends. So, like for example, you have given a extra, like bawa yung SIM ninyo, you're given that one, possible or better to provide another one in case magkakaroon tayo ng problema. Then, is your audio system working para pag tinatanong kayo, maririnig natin clearly. And then, is your built-in camera system working in case? Sabi ko nga, pwede nyo i-turn on yung camera nyo for the meantime. Just a minute. Kung medyo mahina naman, i-ano lang natin, i-off lang natin kaagad. Para fair tayo. Para makilala ko din yung mga mukha nyo. Kung sino kayo. No? Makikilala ko kayo. Can you turn on? Si Keylord lang. How about the others? Kaya lang, Keylord, pakibaba naman ng face. Ay, ng camera. Yung forehead ko mo ang nakikita ko.
Type ko, ma'am.
Ang hilig nyo ng forehead. Para makilala ko kayo, baka mag-ano tayo sa daanan. Hindi ko kayo makilala.
Ako lang ni ma'am.
Ang mga forehead nyo nakikita ko.
Are, ma'am.
Yes, John Riel, nakikita ko na fully yung mukha mo. How about the others? Si John Riel, nakapakita na ng mukha niya. Yan.
Relax
Kapo,
boys,
ma'am.
ako rin.
Wait, isa-isa natin. Sa Nico, pakibaba konti pa ng phone mo. Yan, very good. Thank you for that. Lester, pakibaba ng camera konti para makita yung mukha talaga, buo. Lester Jan Castro. Yan, yes, very good. Okay na, we have Kenneth also. Pakibabaan konti yung camera, Kenneth. Baba, Kenneth. Ang forehead mo yung nakikita ko, Ken. Hi, Kenneth. Andyan pa ba si Kenneth? Parang hindi na nag-move. Yan, si Liorca, very good. And Keylord, nakaano talaga Keylord? Nakahangad jud siya. Okay, thank you for that. Variantas, thank you also. And then Ayop, thank you. Okay. Yes, very good. Si Kenneth talaga hindi pa nakikita yung buong mukha. Hi, Kenneth.
Special na, ma'am.
Relax guys, initra na.
Ato ra ni.
Sige, thank you for that. So at least na-test natin yung camera natin, no? Thank you for participation. So proceed tayo with our discussion, which is the online etiquette. Okay, so after you check your system, next is, yeah, the headset also should be tested also. Next is get properly dressed. Okay, always, as much as possible, nakapag ano tayo, t-shirt or polo shirt will do. Okay? So, para mas formal, para in case na ipa-on yung inyong mga camera, hindi kayo magmamadali. Okay? Di ba? Parang always ready lang. Okay? By the way, so far, wala akong napansin na may babae dito. May babae ba sa inyo? Na classmate? Sa inyong classmate?
Ma'am.
Wala lang
pero wala pa, ma'am.
Naamang pero wala sila dito. Okay.
Wala pa sa nakasulod, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, so get properly dressed, look professional and presentable. Think what you will wear if this was in office meeting, and then just enjoy the fact that your teammates won't see that you're wearing waist down. So stay in your comfortable buttons and slippers if you like, but you have to be very careful kasi 'di ba sometimes tumatayo kayo, 'di ba? Makikita din yung sa baba. So as much as possible, you have to to be parang aware always with your actions. Okay? Next is prepare for the discussion. So read the information guide at least a day before the meeting. So if you are given a handout, so better to read it in advance and then jot down your responses to the guide questions, and if you have any concerns you want to raise during the discussion. So pwede kayong magbasa in advance, then write down kung merong hindi clear para masagot natin during the synchronous class. Okay? Next is be on time. Again, sabi ko nga kanina, you have to be early 15 minutes before the time para ma-check nyo din yung inyong system if it is working. So, hindi ma-consume yung time natin sa fixing of your, diba, of your system. So, be mindful of everyone's schedule. Take note of the date and time of your schedule. So, remember, Mondays to Fridays tayo, 1 o'clock to 5. But, eto pa pala, except for Tuesday, so every Tuesday, we will start 1:30 kasi may klase pa ako up to 1:30. So, Mondays to Fridays, 1 o'clock except Tuesday, which is 1:30 to 5 tayo. Okay? So, yun po. Or to 5:30 para ma-extend natin. Next is manage the chaos. So find yourself a quiet spot at home to attend your meeting. So turn off the volume of your TV or music player so you can focus, or you may inform your housemates dyan na hindi masyadong maingay o huwag masyadong maingay if nagkaklase tayo in respect to our diba, schedule. Okay, close the door to avoid uninvited party guests from arriving in the background. While it's not completely frowned upon, it may distract your teammates. Next is use a neutral background, and proper lighting can illuminate your face during online meeting if you are, of course, turning on your camera. Okay? Next is take advantage of virtual backgrounds too if your meeting app supports it to instantly turn a messy space into a clean and professional one. So like what I'm doing right now, I have the virtual background. So yeah. Next is give your full attention as always. So be present throughout the meeting. Try not to visit other websites or chat with your other colleagues while the meeting is ongoing. And then stay seated and give your full focus on the agenda and to your teammates moderating the meeting. And turn off notifications, especially if you are using smartphone in the online meeting. Then engage with the discussion. So if you have an idea, do not hesitate to share it. Okay? So, mas maraming idea from a different person, much better. Okay? Then, state your name, that is, or say your name before you speak. So, attendees will know who is addressing them. Okay? Keep in mind that you should speak confidently and clearly as you would during a face-to-face meeting. So, yun, as much as possible, para hindi ako magtatanong always na kung sino yon. So, pakilala ka muna. Like, for example, diba, ma'am, I am Richard Lumanta. I just want to ask some questions, mga ganun. Okay? Next. Okay, so mute your microphone when it's not your turn to talk. I know paulit-ulit na to, no? But then yun, at least better to be reminded always. Okay? And then we have here. So we're done with the etiquette. So hopefully, maano natin yun ha, ma-remember natin always, or ma-remind tayo always. Okay, next is for the materials that we need to, or yeah, not really. Kung meron naman kayong ibang IDE, then there's no problem. So you can use other IDE as long as the output is nandyan, diba? So walang problema. Okay, so for the software, if you're using your laptop or your desktop, so you can have this one, the JDK 8 for desktop or laptop, the NetBeans. Okay, and then we have the MS Teams. And then if you are just using with for the mobile programming sa Java, you can use the Java and IDE app. Okay, and then actually we have another one application. Again this is not limited to this application lang. Okay, so you can also use the JV Droid. Okay, that is for Java Droid. Okay, you can use that one for programming. So aside from Java and IDE app, you can also use the JV Droid. If you want to if you don't want to install or download, you may also use the programmis.com. Okay, so programmis.com, so you can use that one for the programming for our hands-on also. Okay, so again, JV Droid at saka Java NIDE app. Okay, yan yung pwede natin gamitin for the mobile phones. For those na may laptops, better to have this, yung JDK8 net at saka yung NetBeans natin. Okay? If ayaw nyo din medyo mabigat, you can use the JCreator also. Or if you really want yung hard talaga coding, you can use actually the tawag nito, yung text editor natin. Okay, the text editor, so you can use that one. Just save it naka.java. It's up to you. It's just that you have to comply that one in our command prompt if you will use the text editor. So better to use maybe yun, Java, the JCreator or the NetBeans if you are in the laptop or in the desktop. And if you are in a mobile phone, you can use the Java NIDE and the JV Droid. Okay, so another one, we have slide presentation, handouts, and then hands-on exercises. Okay, so yan, ito yun yung mga natin. So Java and IDE, so nasa Play Store naman yan. Even yung JV Droid natin, nasa Play Store din. And then for the yan, for the links we have. Okay, so any question for that? so far? Hello?
Wala po, ma'am.
Wala pa so far. Sige, proceed tayo. Okay, next is, yan, eto na po yung reminder natin. We will have our, we will have our written test that is for the RPL actually, yung recognition of prior knowledge natin or prior learning. So, I will give you the link later. So, yeah, ibibigay ko lang yung link siguro doon sa group chat na lang since you cannot see my message or hindi nyo lang nakikita yung hindi lang kayo makaka-message. Saan doon? Nakikita nyo yung chat box, hindi lang kayo maka-message or wala talaga, hindi nyo talaga nakikita yung chat box and both, hindi din kayo maka-message.
Pareha, ma'am.
Both talaga?
Opo,
Okay,
ma'am.
sige. So I will just send the link for the written test and also for the for your demo for the hands-on. This is a pre-test for the hands-on and for the written test. Pre-test lang to. I just want to check if you have an idea about it. Okay? So yun. So again, written test is ngayon hanggang 4 p.m. para ma-check natin kung ilan yung kuha nyo. And then, you will have your hands on till tomorrow. Bakit January nakalagay? Wait lang. Na-update ko ito kanina. Wait lang talaga. Hindi siya na-save. Teka lang. Wait for a while ha. Okay, sige lang. Ito tayo. Ito na lang isi-share ko. Yes, Ayub, do you have a question? Ito ba yun? No, not this one.
Hindi na daw makasulod si Medalya, ma'am, kayo. Wala na daw siya signal. Si Kirby Medalya.
Okay. Sige lang, sige lang. Ako din yata medyo nagkakaproblema din ako sa aking connection. Medyo mabagal din siya talaga. Wait lang ha. Dito tayo sa RPO.
Lag ka, ma'am. Sa kuha.
Lag.
Sa kuha lang, ma'am. Ambot sila ha, ma'am.
Delay imuhang kuan, imuhang screen, ma'am.
Ma'am, delay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Oo, medyo nagkakaproblema. Lumalabas yung bad network connection eh. Nagkakaano naman siguro si PLDT natin. PLDT din kayo? Or yung mobile data nyo?
PLDT, ma'am.
Pare-pareho tayo ng connection, no? Okay, sige lang. Wala tayong magawa. Si PLDT ang medyo, stable, di ba? Medyo stable, pero ganun pa din. Anyway. Okay, so eto siya. Okay, so we have our written test. So, I'll give you until 4 p.m. to do this. And then, after 4 p.m., balik tayo dito para i-discuss ko yung hands-on. Ano na bang oras ngayon?
12:50, ma'am.
Okay, 2:50.
2:50.
Okay, 2:50. So after the written test, which is, I'll give you until 1 hour of it. So 4 p.m. balik tayo para i-discuss ko yung gagawin nyo na hands-on. Okay? So I'll give you the link. Doon na lang sa group chat, no? Since, walang dito. Hindi ko kayo ma-chat dito at hindi ko kayo mabigyan ng information about the written test. So, Teka lang ha, I'll send the ano na lang, the link. I'll add you na lang din sa ating ano, tawag nito, Google Classroom later. Okay, pag makuha ko na yung lahat ng tawag nito, lahat ng mga email addresses ninyo. Saan na? Sige. I'll give you na lang the link or class code. Punta kayo sa ano, sa Google Classroom. May Google Classroom account naman kayo na, no? For sure. Doon kayo nagsasubmit, tama? I'll send the ano, class code. Nakita nyo na?
Wala, ma'am.
Delay siya. Ayan, pakitingnan daw ulit. Nasa Google Classroom siya.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Nakana siya, ma'am. Nakita na, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So, from
Ma'am,
that
asan
Google,
ko pag-send, ma'am?
saan ko sinend? Sa ano
Apo,
nyo?
ma'am.
Sa group chat.
Sige, ma'am. Sige, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Oo. Okay, so, yan. If you can see, sige, hintayin ko na lang muna kayo. Kung na, ano nyo na, nakita nyo na. Okay, from that,
Ox na, ma'am.
okay na? So, from that, meron kayong makikitang dalawang activity, tama ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yung recognition of prior learning at saka yung practical demo submission form RPL, tama? So, for now, after 4 p.m., kindly answer yung recognition of prior learning, Java programming, yun yung written test natin. Okay? Okay, so I'll give you until 4 p.m. Tapos balik kayo after 4 p.m. to discuss also your hands-on. Clear ba tayo doon?
Ma'am, pakiulit. Good, ma'am. Medyo hinay mag-signal ako, ma'am.
Okay. So we have 2 activities under under that Google Classroom, tama, for the meantime. So,
Yes, ma'am.
oo. I'll give you until 4 o'clock this afternoon para sagutan yung first natin, yung Java Programming Recognition of Prior Learning. And then balik kayo after para sa instruction sa hands-on natin. Clear? Clear ba tayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you may now exit muna then balik 4 p.m.
Sige, palungon, ma'am.
Oo, pwede. Para hindi kayo para hindi mag-lag masyado. 4 p.m. ha,
Ito lang,
balik tayo.
Sa Google Classroom lang, i-send, ma'am.
Google Classroom, ano naman yun? You don't have to send. Just submit, di ba?
Apo, ma'am.
Multiple choice yun eh.
Pwede man, dito na lang i-send, ma'am.
doon talaga siya.
Sige ma'am, sige ma'am. Sige ma'am.
You don't have, again, you don't have to send it kasi magsasubmit lang naman kayo, sasagutan nyo lang yun.
Sige ma'am.
Okay, naka-multiple choice po siya. Okay, enjoy your pre-test and go back here sa ating meeting for 4 p.m. Okay, thank you.
Hello po, ma'am.
Yes po.
Ma'am, di ko po siya nakita sa ma'am, Google Classroom, yung ano niyo po.
Hindi mo nakita?
Opo.
Gamitin mo yung code. Gamitin mo yung code.
Asan po, ma'am? Saan po makita yung code, ma'am?
Nasa group chat.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you po, ma'am.
Welcome.
Okay po, ma'am. Salamat.
Hello, good afternoon. Saan na yung iba? Ba't hindi pa bumabalik? Kumusta? Kumusta? Sumakit ba yung ulo natin?
Nalibog ko sa problem solving, ma'am. Hindi pa ko sanay sa Java.
Okay lang yan. Ano natin yan? Pag-aralan natin. at least maano lang, actually, ang programming is dapat continuous ang learning. Okay, so hindi siya dapat in-stop-stop or else makakalimutan mo talaga siya. Even as actually. But then the logic there, yung kumbaga, the conditional statement, yun yung yun yung pag-aaralan mo talaga. Okay, so aside from the syntax itself, 'di ba? But anyway, yun. Saan na yung iba?
Pasulot ba lang siguro, ma'am? Pasulot ba siguro?
Sige, hintayin natin bago natin yung i-introduce yung hands-on ninyo. Anyway, dalawa yung nakalagay doon, 'di ba? Una, change ko na lang into one kasi medyo since hindi pa masyadong yung foundation nyo regarding the Java. So isang na lang, isang problem na lang ang ibibigay ko instead of two. Okay, so i-discuss ko siya ngayon if na sila, makabalik na yung iba. I-share ko na lang yung yung gagawin niyo siguro para mabasa niyo din at matanong niyo kung ano yung gusto niyo itanong about this. Yan. So yan po ang inyong gagawin. I'll give an example later on. Nakikita niyo na yung sinishare ko. Yung may guessing game.
Yun po, ma'am. Opo, ma'am. Kita po, ma'am.
Kita niyo na. Sige. Pwede niyong basahin para kung may maitanong kayo or may hindi clear sa inyo, masagot natin.
Configuration ma'am. Configuration.
Hindi masyadong clear. Ano yon?
Ay, configuration, ma'am.
Putol-putol. Sino ba? Putol-putol ka, Killer? Ikaw ba yon?
Yes, ma'am.
Putol-putol. Ako ba ang putol-putol? Hindi ko. Sige, anyway. Sige, ano na lang natin. Baka matagalan yung iba, no? So, I will just, na lang, explain it para mas maintindihan natin. Okay, so first, basahin muna natin yung ating Anyway, recorded naman ito. I will just, I will share a drive for it. So, I'll download the recorded file, then i-rewatch na lang ninyo kung gusto nyo i-rewatch. And then, for those absent today, pwede nilang tingnan or mapanood yung napag-usapan natin ngayon. So, again, this will be your RPL. This is to test if or how far you have how far your knowledge about Java. So kanina that was the written test. By the way, wala po yung deadline, actually hindi ko yun na-set kung hanggang kailan yung yung written test. So lahat ng mga students na especially yung mga hindi ngayon, naka-join, they can still answer that one since kailangan talaga siya in terms of training kasi all of the participants should answer all the activities. Okay? So, yun. Just click yung link na binigay ko sa GC nyo, then yun, pwede nyo nang sagutan. Same as here. So, in here, ang due natin as much as possible will be tomorrow, 1 o'clock. That is before our class. Again, tomorrow, since Tuesday, we will start 1:30 ha, kasi may klase pa ako up to 1:30. Okay? So, for this, you will make your own, you will make a Java program. Okay? So, create a simple guessing game program with a class named guessing game. Okay, so the program shall generate a random number from 1 to 50 for a player to guess, then display a message that indicates whether a player's guess is correct, too low, or too high, and prompt the user to keep on guessing until the correct value is entered. Then here, a validation, you will create a try-catch structure that will handle two exceptions. These are when the user inputs the following. First is if a number that is out of range, so you will try to catch that problem, okay, para hindi siya magloko yung program mo. And another one, a letter any number non-numeric character. So you will catch that one also and maybe send a message to a user para hindi mag-error yung program mo din. So prompt the user that it can guess again if an exception is thrown. Okay, so display the number of the total guesses. So like for example in here, this is an example actually. Again, note ha, an invalid input when an exception is thrown is not considered a valid guess or attempt. So ito yung sample test runs natin. Okay? Yan. So, but anyway, I'll give you the, the real output. Okay, so this is what I have did. Ito yun, saan na? In here, I use the nandyan yung code so kailangan natin itago. So, in here, lang. Ito siya. Yan. So, actually, pinakita ko lang yung dapat natin i-guess, which is 19. But supposedly, in a real scenario, hindi dapat natin ito na ipapakita. But then again, para hindi mahirap sa atin mag-guess, supposedly yung, again ha, pag game naman na totoo, wala dapat ito. Diba? So, in your part, i-display nyo na lang para at least, same like this, para madali nating mag-guess since this is for, for demonstration purpose. But then if you want to make a game, a real game, wala dapat yan siya. So, ang natin ngayon, ang random value na dapat natin i-guess is 19. So, pag once na lower ang value nilagay natin, guess a number from 1 to 50, so sasabihin niya too low. So, he will keep on asking you an input till such time na mag-guess mo yun na yung tamang value. So, in this part, teka lang. We will try to, okay. In this part, so nag-input tayo ng 15, which is too low from 19. So, ang mangyayari, I'll input another, halimbawa, ang guess ko is 25. Sasabihin niya naman too high. Now, in the third attempt, halimbawa, na-guess na natin yung tamang value, then, halimbawa, 19, ang sasabihin niya is, you have got the correct number, which is 19 in 3 attempts. Okay, so this is just a simple game actually. Okay, so if gusto niyo naman na medyo graphical yung output mo, so you can use this one. Dalawa kasi yung ginawa ko. This one. So, meron siyang ganito na lalabas. Okay, wait lang. Bakit siya Yan. So, pwedeng dito ka mag-input. Like, for example, so again, from here, 46 ang i-guess natin, ha? So, I'll input 20. So, too low. Try again. I'll make it 50. So, too high. Try again. And then, up till such time. Like, for example naman, maybe I'll input letters. So, magkaka-error siya. It should have a... Eto, dapat hindi to siya lalabas. Okay? Hindi siya dapat lalabas kasi yun yung gamit ng try-catch natin. na it will handle an error. So dapat it will keep on running. So but then this time hindi ko nilagyan siya ng ng try catch pa. Okay? So run natin ulit. So again 23 na naman yung i-guess natin. So I have here 20 too low, 40 too low, too high dapat too high, and then 50 too high pa din, 12, then 23. Yan. So you have got the correct number, which is 23 in 5 attempts. So ganun yung dapat na magiging result natin. Okay? So here you will be using a conditional statement, a looping statement. So I guess you have an idea already since nasagot nyo kanina yung tinanong ko na data types. But then you still need to refresh yourself talaga. And again, a lot of resources that you can search on, or you can get an idea about it. So you can search in Google, anywhere actually. Okay? So any question about this problem? Or about this given balik natin. Scenario. Any question? Isa na lang yung, yes, Daryl.
Magbuhat niya to, ma'am?
Yes. This is a pre-test. This is pre-demonstrate, pre-hands-on for me to know if you really have an idea about it. But then if hindi nyo matapos or what, just whatever output you have done, just send it into the link I have given, yung sa classroom natin. Yung pangalawa na nandun. May ano pa? Clear ba, Daryl?
Oo, ma'am.
Parang na no? That is just a test actually for me to know how far your knowledge or how far you are in programming. Ano pa? May question pa ba? Kinakabahan na ba? Hindi naman. Okay, anyway, ano lang naman yun. Pre-test nga, di ba? So, we were expecting of a parang not really 100% knowledge about the subject, di ba? So this is just how to test, and we will just follow the protocol, di ba? We have a pre-test, then formative, then we have the summative, yung natin, yung assessment natin. Don't you worry about the process, about the after the pre-test, kasi we will really go back to the basic one para nyo talaga, para ma-refresh kayo, ma-remind kayo about the knowledge you have sa other programming language. Kasi in terms of in terms of the standard procedure and how to make a program is pare-pareho lang naman. The only difference actually is that the syntax maybe. Yeah, the syntax. And then in terms of the logic kasi, in terms of the conditional statement, the looping statement, still the same actually. Only the syntax is the difference. So, pag-aaralan natin yan up to up to the database tayo. Para at least mas talaga, kumbaga the weight of the learnings is there. Kasi in terms of the theory itself and how to make a program, in terms of applying the conditional statement, in terms of looping statement, the syntax itself, lang yan walang problema yan. Ang pinakamabigat actually when you have the the database. And of course, ang pinaka-importante talaga is the logic itself. Okay, there's no there's no way, kumbaga way, I mean yung bigat, yung if you know the syntax or what, without the application pa din, diba? The logic, yung problem on how you are going to solve the problem, yun yung pinaka importante actually. Knowing the syntax, hindi siya nagtatapos doon. Always remember that. Kasi the syntax itself can be, diba, can be googled, diba, can be searched lang naman. Okay, ang problema is how are you going to apply, how are you going to solve the problem in terms, so doon yun papasok yung logical thinking natin, diba? So sabi nga nila, ang iba sinasabi, doon ako kay mag-IT ako because walang mathematics, 'di ba? Meron po, marami pong isosolve na problema si IT, and that is I am talking about the ICT in whole, ha. So again, maraming courses under the ICT na field. So we have the computer science, we have the information technology, we have the ano pa yung isa natin na under pa rin sa programming na part. Okay, the information system. Okay? So the BSIS. So, yun. I know some of you will focus on the hardware part, and then some of you will focus on the software. But then again, it's, if you are in the IT world, in the ICT world, you have to know both the hardware and the software. Okay, you have to understand how the computer works in terms of the software part, and then in terms of the hardware part. Having your CSS, that is in the hardware part. Okay, but then you cannot let the hardware works without the knowledge about the software. You always remember that one. Kaya package siya po pumapasok ka talaga sa ICT world. Okay, but I hope in your part you will understand through this program, you will understand what is really the ICT world. It's not about gaming itself. It's not about how to make use of the computer, and that's it. Okay? Some of the student, especially in the first year sa na-encounter namin, especially when they are not really knowledgeable with the ICT world itself, they think of being in an ICT, or knowing how to make use of computer, knowing how to be techy in a way is enough para pumasok ka sa course na to. No, it's not actually. Okay? Madugong labanan siya actually in a way. We don't have a board exam or any exam. May exam siya sa technical world, pero wala siya sa natin sa PRC, kasi they can't really, kumbaga hindi nila mahabol yung fast facing ni ICT. Okay? So medyo nahihirapan sila, baka gumawa sila ng test ngayon, or nung test kit, pero after is phase out na siya. So kaya wala po tayong board exam, kumbaga, na tinatawag. Okay? So I hope in your part, mahirap man siya, lalabanan nyo pa rin. Kasi yun naman yun eh. Katulad ng mga estudyante namin na first year ang dami pa. But then pag second semester, nawawala na hanggang mag second year, mag third year, kumbaga nagkakaroon ng nagdi-decrement yung number of students. Okay? Yun yung problema pag hindi mo na intindihan kung ano yung pinapasok mo na na course talaga. So in your part, I hope kung ipo-pursue nyo talaga yung eto na na field, ready yourself. Okay? Lakasan talaga ng loob paano siya matapos yung yung kursong ito. Okay? So, but then again, it will paid off naman talaga. Okay? Pag once na makagraduate ka. And of course, if again, sineryoso mo yung yung ating kurso, 'di ba? So lahat naman siguro ng course magiging, tawag natin, useless if hindi natin siya sineryoso at hindi ka talaga nag-learn. Kasi pag nasa ganito ka talaga na field, malaking pera siya if you are really knowledgeable about it. And you can have your own time, your own facing, pag nakabisado mo talaga siya. Kasi, di ba, a lot of online job meron tayo in terms of programming. Okay? So, sana ma-appreciate nyo yung mga, like kung ano man yung nakikita nyo ngayon, sino ba ang yung mayaman? 'Di ba? Sino ba yung mga naging number 1 in the whole world? And sino yung mga, ano yung mga nakikita natin na yun na bagay na pumapatok? The online shopping, the social media we have, all of that is the output ng mga programmers. We can't have this computers itself. We can't have this Facebook, Google, MS Teams, all the applications you have, even in your mobile phone, all of that is done by a programmer. Okay? So, yun lang, you really have to give your time in it and focus talaga. Okay? And of course, the most important thing is enjoy. Enjoy yung mga ginagawa. Okay? So yun po, wala na bang question about the natin, activity? If
Wala po, ma'am.
okay, so since wala nang tanong, again, just a reminder, the deadline will be on tomorrow, November 9 at 1 p.m. for your tawag na to, hands-on RPL. I will send also the PDF file of it, okay, sa inyong group chat. At saka I will send also in advance the handouts para mabasa nyo in advance. Okay? So, have a good afternoon everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully, tomorrow medyo marami-rami tayo, ha? Okay, and yeah, this is a must actually. I hope na na-orient kayo ng ng teacher nyo at saka ng advisor nyo. Again, thank you so much. Have a good afternoon everyone. Stay safe always. God bless. Bye-bye. You may now leave a session.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you then.
Thank you, ma'am.